The recent social media adjustments by Sarah Ferguson, specifically the removal of references to her Duchess of York title, are not merely administrative changes, but a profound strategic recalibration within the British monarchy. This action, following Prince Andrew's decision to relinquish his own royal titles, carries significant implications for the royal family's public image, brand equity, and long-term financial stability. Reports detailing Ferguson's emotional distress underscore the substantial personal cost associated with these institutional shifts, revealing a deeper narrative beyond mere protocol adjustments. Sources close to Ferguson depict a scene of considerable turmoil at Royal Lodge, the Windsor residence she shares with Prince Andrew. The reported loss of the Duchess title, a designation held for 4 decades, reportedly triggered a severe emotional reaction, deeply impacting her sense of identity and public standing. This development meticulously highlights the intricate interplay between individual status and the overarching institutional decrees within the royal framework, exposing the inherent fragility of personal identity when intertwined with royal titles and the economic leverage they provide. King Charles's unwavering stance on this matter, emphasizing a definitive end to past indulgences, clearly indicates a strategic effort to streamline the monarchy and decisively address lingering controversies that have historically impacted its market perception. This directive reportedly culminated in a highly charged family meeting, revealing deep and unsettling fissures within the York household. The palpable emotional intensity of this gathering suggests a critical juncture for the family's internal dynamics and their external perception, marking a pivotal moment in their collective history and future market positioning. The palpable distress exhibited by Princess Beatrice at Royal Lodge on Monday, meticulously detailed by royal insiders, underscores the profound weight of the evolving circumstances, with her visible anguish mirroring the immense pressure on the younger royals to contend with intricate generational legacies, heir apparents which can significantly influence their own public and professional brand. The echoing shouts and tears reportedly heard within the grand residence paint a vivid and heartbreaking picture of a family in profound crisis, struggling to maintain composure amidst intense scrutiny and potential reputational damage. The reported vow by King Charles to evict Sarah Ferguson from Royal Lodge introduces a significant economic and social dimension to the unfolding drama. This potential action underscores a broader strategic move by the monarchy to consolidate valuable assets and strategically distance itself from individuals perceived as potential liabilities to the royal brand. The royal family's deliberate avoidance of her Duchess title, referring to her simply as Sarah Ferguson, powerfully reinforces this institutional distancing, signaling a clear break from past associations and a calculated effort to manage public perception. Ferguson's perception of Royal Lodge as a valuable brand and a crucial income source reveals her distinctly entrepreneurial approach to royal life, viewing her status through a commercial lens. This perspective, however, starkly clashes with the monarchy's current emphasis on austerity and heightened public accountability, a strategic pivot aimed at modernizing its image. The stripping away of her identity as Duchess of York represents a direct and formidable challenge to her established financial and social framework, dismantling years of carefully constructed personal branding and income streams. The revelation that Prince Andrew agreed to renounce his titles without consulting his daughters further complicates the already strained family's internal dynamics, highlighting a critical lapse in strategic communication. This unilateral decision reportedly stunned both Beatrice and Eugenie, highlighting a significant breakdown in communication and trust within the immediate family. Eugenie's notable absence from the family meeting, attributed to her profound distress, speaks volumes about the deep emotional impact of these far-reaching decisions on the younger generation and their potential future roles. The monarchy faces a critical juncture, with recent disclosures to the Daily Mail by Daphne Barak, detailing a contentious summit, and Sarah Ferguson's exposed vulnerabilities, including the the loss of key charitable patronages like Julia's, underscoring profound internal fragmentation and a potential erosion of public trust and influence. House and Teenage Cancer Trust signifies a rapid and alarming erosion of her public and philanthropic standing. This precipitous decline in endorsements reflects a broader market trend where public figures with controversial associations face immediate and severe repercussions, impacting their brand value and marketability. Beatrice's visibly shaken appearance after leaving Royal Lodge, and her earlier distressed phone call at a playground, vividly underscore the intense media scrutiny and profound personal anguish the family endures. Her reported inability to read the Sunday papers indicates a deep emotional struggle to cope with the relentless public narrative, highlighting the psychological toll of constant public judgment. The new allegations against Prince Andrew, following Sarah's email scandal, have further exacerbated the family's already precarious reputational challenges, creating a cascade of negative press that impacts the entire royal brand. The ongoing questions surrounding Prince Andrew's financial arrangements, particularly his alleged non-payment of rent for Royal Lodge, and the opaque source of his substantial income in 2005, raise critical issues of transparency and accountability within the royal financial structure. The Mail's report denying a major inheritance from the Queen Mother adds another layer of complexity to these financial inquiries, fueling public speculation and demanding greater financial scrutiny. These persistent questions reflect a growing public demand for greater financial scrutiny of royal family members, challenging traditional secrecy and impacting public trust. The reported push by royal officials for an ethics check on Beatrice and Eugenie's investments signals a proactive and strategic effort to mitigate future risks to the monarchy's reputation. This crucial move aims to ensure that their financial dealings remain untainted by their father's controversial business associates, safeguarding the monarchy's brand integrity. This humiliating situation for the princesses highlights the intergenerational impact of royal scandals on personal and professional reputations, extending far beyond the immediate protagonists and influencing market perceptions. Royal expert Ingrid Seward's insightful suggestion that relinquishing their titles might be the only viable way for Beatrice and Eugenie to protect their reputations offers a strategic pathway forward, allowing them to create independent personal brands. This decisive action would grant them invaluable independence from their parents' controversies, allowing them to forge their own distinct paths. However, such a move would entail significant personal and financial costs, challenging their ingrained sense of privilege and entitlement, fundamentally altering their life trajectory and economic standing. The sisters' upbringing, characterized by luxury and the commercialization of their royal status, illustrates the historical context of their current predicament, where royal identity has often been leveraged for financial gain. The early sale of their images to the press for substantial sums demonstrates a long-standing practice of leveraging royal identity for financial gain, a practice now under intense scrutiny. This background significantly complicates their efforts to distance themselves from their parents' past indiscretions, as their entire lives have been intertwined with royal branding and its associated commercial ventures. Despite building successful careers, with Beatrice as a private equity analyst and CEO of BuyEQ, and Eugenie as an art gallery director, the long shadow of their parents' past continues to loom large, impacting their professional credibility. Beatrice's extensive connections in the Gulf states, including her participation in major investment conferences, highlight her global business acumen and entrepreneurial drive. The significant growth of BuyEQ's value last year underscores her professional success, demonstrating her capability in the corporate world, yet still tied to her royal lineage. Eugenie's regular presence in the nonprofit sector and her involvement in a new project in the Gulf states also demonstrate her professional achievements, showcasing her commitment to social causes and expanding her professional network. Both sisters have undeniably leveraged their royal names to open doors in various industries, a common practice for minor royals. However, royal officials are increasingly concerned that their global dealings could inadvertently become a liability for the monarchy, given the palace's history of scandal and the need to maintain a pristine public image. The description of Beatrice and Eugenie as the royal family's secret weapons on a magazine cover, while a journalistic cliché, reflects a public desire to see the younger generation revitalize the monarchy's image and enhance its appeal. However, the palace's quiet concerns about their global dealings indicate a strategic apprehension regarding potential future crises, as the monarchy cannot afford another major scandal that could further erode public trust and support. This highlights the delicate balance between leveraging royal connections for personal success and protecting the institutional brand. Meanwhile, Sarah Ferguson's complete emotional breakdown, as described by friends, paints a tragic picture of a woman overwhelmed by a series of personal and public misfortunes, impacting her mental and emotional well-being. Her recent cancer battle, the loss of charitable patronage, and the humiliation of losing her royal title have left her emotionally shattered. The support from her sister Jane and the reports of her barely eating and constant crying underscore the severity of her distress, revealing the profound personal toll of public scrutiny. The notion that the York brand is totally toxic within royal circles reflects a harsh reality for Sarah Ferguson, significantly diminishing her public and commercial value. King Charles's reported intention to ring-fence Beatrice and Eugenie as his nieces, protecting them from the apparent sins, further emphasizes the strategic efforts to salvage the younger generation's reputation and maintain their marketability. This move highlights a clear distinction being drawn between the generations within the royal family, aimed at isolating negative associations. Ferguson's feelings of betrayal by Andrew, the charities and the royal institution reveal the depth of her emotional wounds, reflecting a profound sense of abandonment. Her daughters, Beatrice and Eugenie, are simultaneously grappling with their own challenges, trying to maintain their personal and professional lives amidst the family chaos and its impact on their public image. Their tripod bond provides a source of unity, yet they remain privately devastated by the ongoing disgrace, which affects their personal and professional trajectories. The reported urging from their husbands to maintain a low profile and distance themselves from Royal Lodge signifies a strategic move to protect their own reputations from further fallout. Recognizing the contagious nature of scandal, behind palace doors, King Charles's resolute stance against reversing Andrew's decision signals a definitive break with the past, indicating a firm commitment to a new strategic direction for the monarchy. The Yorks, once seen as a quirky and loving unit, are now viewed as a liability to the crown, impacting its overall brand perception. As the dust settles from the emotional family summit, Sarah Ferguson finds herself in a precarious position, grieving her lost title, respect, and family unity. Her self-proclaimed identity as the Phoenix, a woman who always rises again, is now severely tested. At 65, she faces what many consider her darkest hour, with her public life unraveling and her daughter's futures uncertain, highlighting the long-term impact of these strategic shifts. Those closest to her fear she may finally break under the immense pressure. This is not merely another scandal. It represents the emotional collapse of a woman who once believed in her ability to overcome any adversity. After nearly 4 decades as the Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson confronts the potential end of her royal identity, the fracturing of her family, and the loss of her grip on the life she fought so hard to preserve. The question remains whether she can truly recover from this profound and multifaceted crisis, and what this means for her future market value and public standing.